Our opponent is rated 1200, he plays pawn e4. Let's play the Caro-Kann Defence, and let's put our pawn on d5. He brings his pawn to e5. Now I'm going to pin his knight to his queen. He breaks this pin. Let's now lock up the pawn chain with pawn to e6. I'm going to develop my knight into the game, and now I'm going to play pawn to c5, striking at his centre already. So he brings his bishop to e3. Now I'm going to bring this knight to the c6 square. He pins my knight. I'm going to now play knight to d7, defending this pawn and breaking the pin. He gives up the bishop pair. Let's capture back, and let's bring the bishop to h5. Okay, so he keeps harassing my bishop. Let's bring it back to g6. Now, my opponent has played queen to e2, and I've got a very nice tactic in this position if he recaptures with his knight. So my opponent plays queen to e2, which looks like a normal move, looking to castle, but now I actually have a winning tactic. First, I can take this pawn off, and no matter what piece recaptures back here, I can play c5 followed by d4, which is going to be a fort on these pieces. So for that reason, he castles his king. Now we're going to take this free piece. Now I've got to be careful of anything coming to the c file. So let's bring my rook to the c file, stop any knight jumps, and also it lines up with his king on this diagonal. So my opponent is looking to play h5. So let's play it ourselves here. He can't take, because I'll take back with a bishop. And if he plays this, my bishop is super safe here. So let's develop our final minor piece. We're threatening now to take this knight, and we can castle our king nice and safely. So my opponent brings his knight over here. I'm going to play pawn a6 first, attacking his knight. And if he drops back here, I'll happily take this off, and now I can castle my king. So our king's super safe. Now let's improve our extra piece into the game. I'm going to play knight c5. This now opens up an attack on this pawn. I can also remaneuver my knight to e4 if I like. So here, let's first just grab this free pawn. Now he plays f5. I've only got one move, so let's capture this off. And when he takes with the knight, I'm going to simply recapture with the bishop here because I am up material. Now you see my opponent is attacking this pawn. So I'm going to play queen to c6 now, lining up against this queen. My opponent is taking this pawn here. Now I'm going to bring my rook to the e-file. I'm looking to distract the queen away from this pawn, exactly, and now we have a beautiful finish to the game. If you can see the mate, I can now give a check with knight to b3. He can't run his king here, and I'm looking to take this pawn with checkmate. He captures back, and queen takes c2 is checkmate. If you found this content useful, make sure to subscribe.